Pleasure to meet you on another weekly demo by our amazing team. And this week, not as eventful as previous, we had worked hard and got pretty tired of rewriting and rewiring the components. It's very hard to not get into refactoring. The code is so, I wouldn't like to say bad, but it's bad. Our main problem is that components are modifying props that are passed to them on all levels, which means the actual props used by the bottom level components are different from what are used on the top level. And this means we have to redeclare prop types for each of them. And this takes time, and not only time, but it also provides additional struggle, which we would like to avoid, but we can't because we made a claim to not refactor, and we will do refactoring later. So the only thing we do is we put all of those cases in a small boxes as a to-do stuffs for the future. Yeah, so generally speaking, the props drilling makes it complicated to rewrite projects in TypeScript, especially if you did play with your props a lot. Another thing is that we wanted to suggest you guys, if someone will decide to migrate your project onto TypeScript, we would suggest to start with queries and then move onwards to components, bypassing the utilities if you had any, because in our case, utilities were migrated almost in the first row, but but now we have to go back to them and readjust very rapidly, because yeah, sometimes you even have to do it twice in a single session of refactoring. It's a little bit complex, so I would do them last. Yeah, and another small thing just to mention is, of course, our original estimates now look more and more funny because yeah, TypeScript test migrate will not migrate the project for you, and yeah, we kind of expected that, but we kind of want to commit to this and avoid using any declarations to ensure that the application is really properly typed. And with that said, that's pretty much the report on TypeScript migration. From the level of progress, we are currently on finishing up with product pages and product and category related components. I think we could finish this week, but then we would move to refactoring smaller components with less dependencies, and hopefully they will go much faster. So I think it's all good, but the guys are pretty tired of doing this repetitive job. But I hope we will commit to this, and we'll soon have a TypeScript migrated project, which will be much easier to refactor in the long run. Okay, so do you have anything to add at this point, guys, while I'm looking up my notes? Yeah. So the Create Magento app updates. We have released the alpha version of Create Magento app, which comes with PHP mess detector and PHP code style validators configured to match Magento requirements, so official Magento rule sets and stuff. And you can get this by installing alpha versions, or wait until the end of this week till it finishes the beta testing and rolls out to all machines. So soon all Create Magento app projects will get auto-configured linters out of the box, which is amazing and very exciting to me, because I love standardized code and I hate looking at code which doesn't seem or look right. Yeah, doing code reviews will become easier. Another thing we are building is, and we are committing to this week, Create Magento app will receive the admin performance update in a form of varnish implementation. So it will become easier to test your applications on varnish included setups, and the default admin performance will rapidly increase because the JavaScript files and any static files in general will now on be cached by varnish, and this will make admin performance just blazingly fast and compare with what we have now. Yeah, and there is also some updates from my side on TypeScript extension, TypeScript server extension, which I'm building. So if I share the screen, which I might do, here's the small example of what we are building, or of what I was building. So consider this is your project with your class and methods. And what this TypeScript extension enables you to do is to jump over methods to plugins, and from plugins to jump back to the methods. And not only that, but you also can jump by namespace, and the same can be done from the plugin. And it supports different types of properties, and it's dynamic, so once you add new ones, it will automatically discover them. So it's pretty damn cool. Yeah, so this is how it works, and I hope to fix some small issues with that, like support for arrow functions. And yeah, I hope to publish it and include into default ScandiPWA scripts task config as soon as possible. Yeah, so that's pretty much the updates for this week. Thank you guys for joining in. They told me quite a lot before the session. I'm just summarizing it now. Don't worry, they're all good. Do you have anything to add? If not, we'll see you in the next one. Peace.